Alright gamers, welcome back. World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore Ironman Adventures, episode 138. We are back. Let's jump in, shall we? Not waste any time. Last time we had just kind of finished up, not the last bit of Winter Spring, but mostly the last bit of Winter Spring, right? We headed to the Undercity so that we could go over to the Bulwark and meet the Argent Dawn on the front lines. Not to be confused with the Argent Crusade, or the Scarlet Crusade, excuse me. The Argent Dawn. We're going to learn more about them in both the Western Plaguelands and the Eastern Plaguelands, but it's finally time that we start these two zones. Like I said, mostly all of Winter Spring and Fellwood is now complete. There's a couple reputation quests where we need to get our reputation up. A couple things that we just have to, head to the Western Plaguelands, head to the Burning Steppes, that kind of stuff, but... Alright. I think we're pretty good. I mean, I could make more poisons, but I think we're okay for tonight. I'll make more crafting goods in between tonight and tomorrow's episode, I think. But I hadn't really played over the last 2 nights, I want to say. Because one of the nights where I was recording, I was having internet issues, and it's always scary for me to play hardcore when I'm having internet issues. I don't like to do it, so I'll just stop, or if it happens while I'm doing something and I get lucky enough, say a little blessing, knock on wood, where, I get saved, quote unquote, like we did, where we're not out in the wild attacking things. I like to just kind of spend the time traveling and turning in quests that we have to travel for, maybe doing some prep work for the next time that we have stable internet connection. But I think we should be good today. I haven't had any issues throughout the day, the afternoon. It's now 7:30 at night, so I should hopefully, again, knock on wood, 1, 2, 3. Hopefully we're good for at least an hour of gameplay here. So again, we're 40% into level 59. We've got basically 130,000 experience left. We're getting close, boys. We're getting close. Now, there are a lot of things that are sketchy in Eastern Plaguelands and Western Plaguelands, so we need to put a lot of respect on these zones. These final 3 zones, there's going to be a lot of respect put on them. I won't be doing any of the elite quests in either the Plaguelands or Silithus. We're just going to be doing, the standard quests to kind of learn a little bit about what's going on in the zone, maybe some lore information, and kind of just wrap up the series on this character. I mean, we're at the very end at this point, so it's been a long journey on this rogue, and I can't believe that we're almost at the end of it. Let's see our slash played. We're 10 days, 8 hours in game. I think I've been working on this character for, going on at least 6 to 8 months, something like that. Just playing an hour a day, slow and steady. High Executor Darrington, a call to arms to Plaguelands.
Welcome to the front lines, adventurer. While politicians may connive and scheme amongst themselves, they'll find no such luxury afforded to them here. This is the Bulwark, and we fight for our continued survival on a daily basis here. If you've come here looking for a chance to prove yourself as a hero, then you'll find plenty of opportunities to do so. Especially as we push towards Andorhal and whatever malign force that controls the Scourge there.
Andorhal.
Welcome to the Plaguelands, hero. This is one of the most dangerous frontiers in Azeroth, with the looming threat of the Scourge to our east, and then even further still eastward from there. I
Just
am
keeps
glad
getting
to
worse and
hear
worse,
that
huh?
the call of duty and service to the Horde did not fall on deaf ears with you. If you're ready to get your hands dirty, then there is plenty for willing and able heroes to do here on the edge of the Plague Lands.
Perfect.
Before Andorhal, we must tackle the advancing Scarlet Crusade menace from Hearthglen. They've made camp between Felstone Field and Dalson's Tears, making us risk conflict against both the Scourge and the Crusade at once. My plan is to play them off of each other by sending you to destroy the command tent they've set up. Use some flame in a bottle from this box of incendiaries. Once raised, plant this Scourge banner by the tent. With some luck, they'll ignore us and focus on the Scourge for vengeance.
Right. Proceed to the Scarlet Crusade's base camp between Felstone Field and Dalson's Tears and destroy their command tent. Place the Scourge banner at the camp and then return to High Executor Darrington at the Bulwark, Western Plaguelands. Argent Officer Garrush.
Well met, friend. I am Officer Garrush, and I am a proud member of a worldwide organization known as the Argent Dawn. Our cause is to fight swiftly and mercilessly against any element of evil that surfaces in Azeroth. We are not a political body, nor do we ever wish to become one. Our cause is singular, and to that end we call both the Horde and Alliance as friends. Friends in the cause of stamping out evil. For the Dawn, my brother.
Pretty cool, honestly. The Everlook Report. Greetings, Rogue. On behalf of the Argent Dawn, I offer you safety and shelter while you are here at the Bulwark. I might also offer you the chance to fight for a cause that's worth fighting for.
Resourceful for a human, Gregor is. He's been dealing with the Steamweedle cartel for some time now, and has become an expert on the art of goblin negotiations. Though it's true that the goblins' primary loyalties lie with those who have the largest coin purses, they also know and respect the value of diplomacy. If anything, it provides them with repeat customers. At any rate, the Argent Dawn acknowledges you for your effort. Please have this with our thanks.
40 silver, not much, but we'll take it. The Argent Dawn Commission.
All who fight evil on behalf of the Argent Dawn must don our commission. Wearing such will earn your right to claim rewards our quartermasters have to offer. While under commission, you'll be able to acquire Scourge Stones from Slain Scourge. These are marks of insignia that they sometimes possess. Procure these insignia and bring them to me. For each set you turn in, you will receive our marker of heroism, the Argent Dawn Valor Token. Achieve your destiny, adventurer. Join the fight today.
So we'll join the Argent Dawn. We get this commission that we have to wear. It's like a trinket. Equipping this badge is an indicator of service to the Argent Dawn. So basically we would have to give up one of our trinket slots. Kind of sucks. I think we would probably swap out the Blazing Emblem, unfortunately. Title Charm is just really nice. 3-second stun. But, it is what it is, just for the time being. That gets us in with the Argent Dawn. There's copper up on the hill, but we're going to ignore that for now. Just making sure. Flame in a bottle. It's got enough juice to set a large tent on fire. Then we have one more quest to accept over here. Alexei Barov.
Within the Scholomance lays the Barov family fortune.
Scholomance quest. We're not taking it. That looks to be about it. Mickey Levine.
My family worked the North Ridge lumber mill in what's now Western Plaguelands. They were dedicated to the Duma family, and now the Scarlet Crusade have taken it over along with all of Hearthglen. I will not rest until those zealots are wiped from Azeroth.
A plague upon thee.
So to bring pain and strife to the Scarlet Crusade, I want to take their precious lumber mill from them. I'm sure the loss of such a resource will cause them a great deal of harm in defending and rebuilding the town for their own reasons. Will you help me, adventurer?
Of course.
Start by taking this jar to Plaguewood in the eastern Plaguelands. Fill it with the termites you find in their mounds throughout the woods. Come back when you have enough.
Right. Looks like we're heading into the Plaguelands, boys. Janice Fellstone, Chromie is over here. Miss Dawson's Diary. Mulgris Deep River. There's a camp, I think a little further down here somewhere, maybe. Yeah, where Pure Heart is. There's a big black bear, man. Holy. Alright, let's lock in here a little bit. What do we have out here? True Silver. We'll mine it, but honestly, it's just going to get vendored. I'm just going to hit it for the chance at, you know, rare gems or whatever, but again, chances are it's just going to get vendored. We have too much of this stuff already. It's a 4-piece, though. That's always nice. Janice Fellstone. The ramblings of the ghostly woman indicate that she needed a package delivered. She claimed that it was where her house was. As to where the horse is, or where the package was delivered to, the ghost remains incomprehensible. What the hell is happening here? Some of the Scarlet Crusade invading. This is what I mean by it can be sketchy here. Is she in this house? Yes, she is. Janice?
Shh. Do you smell something?
Better late than never.
The package must be delivered. Delivered before I'm trapped here. The cries of a panicked woman feel almost like a whisper floating through the house. Cowered in the upstairs corner is the apparition of a woman. She does not seem to be fully cognizant of her surroundings. And she is only vaguely aware of you. Are you here to deliver my package? Please, before it gets much worse. I was going to ride out of here. It should still be by my horse. Or am I too late?
Right. Sneak back out. Come on, I can make it through there. There we go. It's not over here, it's actually in the inn. Okay. That's it right there, huh? He's immune to it, no way. Toxic saliva. better not run. Good. It's a 2-minute poison, which kind of messes up my stealth. Really don't like that. A package in the barn that you might have otherwise overlooked now stands out amongst the decay and ruin. Perhaps this is the one that the ghost of Janice Fellstone was clamoring about. You pick up the package, wiping off a small layer of dust and grime that had settled on it. It is addressed in a hurry. Hand to a Jeremiah Fellstone of Lordaeron. The delivery of the package is dated for well over 4 years ago, before the plague. Though it is unclear if Jeremiah Fellstone is even alive, it is widely known that the Undercity, formerly known as Lordaeron, keeps records on the populace of the city. This is handled through the Royal Overseer of the Undercity Census. Check with the Royal Overseers of the Undercity to learn the whereabouts of Jeremiah Fellstone. There's usually a census officer located near guild and tabard registration. Okay, I'm gonna fight this guy while I wait for this poison to wear off, because I can't sneak out of here with that on me, so might as well take this guy out. Janice's parcel. Hello? Revenant Shoulders of Stamina. Those would be really nice on like a prop paladin or a prop warrior. 15 stamina plate shoulders. They look sick too. I'm a fan, man. I'm a fan. Alright. Poison's off. We can slip out. Looks like we need to destroy the command tent and plant the Scourge banner in the camp back here. Let's pop on some new poisons. A fresh stamina. We'll use one of the Tender Wolf Steaks because, I mean, we're towards the end of the adventure. We should use the best stuff that we have. Alright. Now, I've seen this quest before. It can be very dangerous, so I need to be pretty careful with this. We'll see how this stacks up. I think you have to kind of take this slowly, honestly. The hunters are kind of sketchy because they have the hounds. Now, honestly, I think the Invokers should be a little easier. We kick the Arcane Missile. Get a 2-point slice and dice, that's all we really need. Just make sure we keep that kicked or CC'd, whatever we can, right? But and we play it chill. In between every pull, we just kind of play it a little chill. Get you to look over there. Pull you away. Kick that if we can. Nope. It's alright though. Not the end of the world. Medics, I need to keep enough energy to kick their heals. Invokers, I need to end right there. Invokers, I need to keep enough energy to kick their arcane missiles. The medics can run. It's good to know. Honestly, the invokers I might just be able to straight eviscerate down like that. No slice and dice needed. It's alright, he was already pretty high health, so. Big crits. I'm so surprised I didn't pull that medic there. Yeah, we grabbed 2 medics, it's okay though. Bomb just in time, huge. Kick that. Feast up. Open this chest. And then I think we light this camp on fire, set a banner, and then run, because I think a bunch of mobs are going to spawn and we just need to get the hell out of here. I think that's how this quest works. Make sure we kick that. A little more heavy leather, which I need. A smooth leather helmet. 50 silver. Alright, let's plant this bad boy. Set it on fire. Plant it. Stealth. Get the hell out of here. Where are these termites? Oh, whoa, all the way up there, damn. I guess let's get... No, let's go back. We'll turn these in for now. Reason being, there might be chains that kind of push me further out here anyways, so rather do it all at once kind of thing. Try and stick to the road as much as possible in these areas. Yeah, again, there's a couple rares in this zone, and by a couple I mean quite a few, that have some pretty decent drops if we get lucky enough to find them. Nightshade Spalders, those could be cool. Alright, Darrington.
I am forsaken. Finally executed, adventurer. Your attack on the Scarlet Crusade will buy us time. I have sent one of my best scouts out to watch over the camp and make sure that the Crusade forces that come to reinforce the position will take the bait. With the pressure on us lessened, we should now finally be able to risk a mission into Andorhal itself, and an important one at that. I'd very much like it if you'd perform this one as well, based on your success to date.
Alright. The Scourge Cauldrons first, and then all along the watchtowers.
Within the lands of former Lordaeron are 8 cauldrons, 4 in the west, and 4 more entrenched in the east. These cauldrons spew poisons into the air.
Oh, that's my Discord. Sorry, let me close that.
For the Scourge. The necromantic might of Kel'Thuzad is too strong to outright shut down these.
We've heard about these cauldrons. We actually read about them.
We might have a way to subvert them to our advantage. My second Shadow Priestess Vandis will be your point on this assignment. She'll continue the briefing from here.
All along the watchtowers.
Through the use of a magical device known as a beacon torch, we can mark targets of our choosing for future actions by our troops.
A beacon
To that
torch.
end, we think the Scourge are using Andorhal's watchtowers as a means to control their troop movements. Your mission: breach Andorhal's defenses to plant beacons at all 4 watchtowers. You'll need to be in the doorway of each tower to plant the beacon. It will then proceed to mark the tower. There are only 5 charges on the beacon torch, so use them wisely.
So you can't mess up. Use the beacon torch, mark each tower in Andorhal. You'll need to stand in the doorway of the tower to successfully mark it. Once all 4 towers are marked, return to High Executor Darrington. So you need to stand in the doorway of the tower. Good to know.
May your blades never dull.
Vandis.
The time has come, my brother in arms, to take back the night from the Scourge. From the shadows, brother traveler, I bid you greetings. I am to serve as your coordinator for our plan to sabotage the Scourge's cauldrons. Our goal will be to change the composition of the plague that the cauldrons create into something that negatively affects the Scourge. In order to effect this change, you will need to secure access to each of the 4 cauldrons here in the Western Plague Lands.
Okay.
The time has come for you to lead the charge against the Scourge, hero.
So our goal is to change the composition of the plague that the cauldrons create into something that negatively affects the Scourge. So they want to tweak what those cauldrons are putting out that's like influencing the Scourge. Sounds
Of the
good.
4 cauldrons in the Western Plague Lands, the one at Fellstone Field may be the easiest one to gain access to. The Scourge have greener troops positioned here, though they should not be underestimated.
Okay.
Go to
Fellstone
Field,
Field.
due east of here and northwest of Andorhal, and engage the Cauldron Lord there. On it is a key that will unlock access to the cauldron. When unlocked, use this bottle to get a sample of the cauldron's toxins. We'll need it for study in developing a counter-agent.
Very cool. Right. Back into the fields. We are basically 50% into 59. We need to go back to Royal Overseer Bauhaus to get those records, but we'll do that another time. Probably push in here and find Chromie. Maybe go down and explore this town. Quests here and here, even up here. Seems like the Fellstone Field Cauldron key is on the actual cauldron. And that seems to be it right there. Sneeze, hang on. Whew, my allergies have been so bad recently, but... Alright, let's take a peek at this thing. Damn. So I think in total there's 8 of these things, and these are the cauldrons that Kel'Thuzad used to almost act like portals of pestilence and disease and kind of unleash the Scourge plague among Azeroth, right? And this is just one of them. It's very, very cool when you know the lore behind these cauldrons and like the importance of you being here and trying to shut them down. Cauldron Lord Bile Maul. Okay, so maybe I should clear a path into here. Now I think because they're undead I won't be able to bleed them, honestly. Yeah, they're immune, so it's good to know. I need a dagger dance here. Some of them will run near death too. I don't know why I did that. I know they can't bleed. I think I'm just gonna pop cooldowns, take on all 3 here. I kicked and I didn't mean to. Alright, let's get out of here. Thank God that resisted, man. There's a lot going on out here. You get poisoned, diseased, slowed. There's a lot of mobs close to each other. I mean, this place is sketchy, bro. We need to be really on our toes here. I didn't have to vanish, but I did have to use sprint there. I'm now diseased and poisoned. Can't really slip back into stealth here, so I guess I'll just kind of chip away at these mobs and work our way back in here until this poison's gone and I can sneak back in and kind of get a little more close range guaranteed combat, I guess. Yeah, I played that fight really, really badly. Probably one of the worst fights I've done as far as like AoE zerging things down. I got a little nervous. I mean, one was a named boss I was trying to zerg down quickly. One was a caster next to another mob. One was a melee mob next to a caster. I was trying to be mindful of my position. So many quest items. Okay, the saliva is almost gone. Damn it. Make sure we kick that. 2-point slice should be fine. Again, they are undead, they can't be bled, bars. Should probably clear it out a little more. So since they can't be bled, I should just build up bigger eviscerates against them. They can be cannibalized though. We'll see if this is good enough for us to An access panel to the cauldron remains securely fastened. In order to open it, you will need to find the key. The key taken from the Cauldron Lord Bilemall is a perfect fit in unlocking the access panel, though it disappears after you use it. Still, you think you can open the panel now without a key. A foul stench emanates from the opened panel as an unknown mix of concentrated substances swirl inside the cauldron. There's a small spigot that the bottle fits well enough under, allowing you to draw a sample for Shadow Priestess Vandis back at the bulwark. You fill the bottle with enough of the cauldron's poisonous concoction for a suitable sample to be studied. With the poison in hand, it is time to return to Shadow Priestess Vandis at the bulwark to complete the mission. Let's get the hell out of here. These towers, Andor Hall was once a human run town, and now there's a couple elites out there, if I remember correctly. So Andor Hall gonna be a little sketchy. Definitely need to be on our P's and Q's here. Ruins of Andor Hall. Level 55 undead. Seems like Chromie's inside this tavern. Let's see if we can sneak into her. So far I don't see any of the elite. I think they might be a little further in towards the center of the village. Jezebel and Chromie. Catalog of the Wayward. The book tells of dragons uniting against another, more powerful dragon named Deathwing. From what you can make out, the chromatic dragonflight had almost been unleashed upon the world. The aspects were prepared. I love that they had the idea for Deathwing kind of like taking over the planet, and the dragonflight aspects like fighting with him all the way back in classic WoW. That was kind of like the main drive. Like eventually we are going to get to this point, and eventually we're going to like learn about Titans and stuff. Okay, Chromie, a matter of time.
Hello there, adventurer. I am known as Chronormu, but you may call me Chromie. I am comfortable with such familiarity. Now, how did I know your name, you ask? I am one of the Bronze Dragonflight, forever attuned to the ebb and flow of time. You could say that we have met before. To that end, we shall also meet again. I hope that my choice of visual demeanor does not disturb you. While I might be charged to be a sentry of sorrowful places, I choose not to drown in the sorrow of the locale.
So this is a visual form that this dragon is taking on. This is a dragon named Chronormu, and something that we'll find out later, Nozdormu, actually one of the Dragonflight 5 aspects, right? I believe Chromie is Nozdormu, right? They're just taking on the form of this dwarf and calling themselves Chromie. A matter of time.
Tampering of the timeline by a sinister force, most likely the Scourge, has occurred in Andoral. I can try to keep the passage of time here intact and mend what has been damaged, but I'll need your help to do so uninterrupted. Temporal parasites, carrion that feed on the strands of time's altered flow, now infest the silos of Andorhal. The blue pulse of distortion is their only visual marker. They slow my auguries. Please, adventurer, help me by using this temporal displacer to root out these parasites.
Right. Basically get a gold out of this, the gold link belt. Temporal displacer. So many quest items. Let's sneak back out of here. That would be Tower 1. We'll clear it out, mark it, probably put on new poisons, get a new food buff going. Again, we have to dagger dance out here. A lot of casters. We need to remember to keep our energy for interrupting. Things like this, Dark Mending, that's a heal, you know. Shadow Bolt Volley, Shadow Bolt. See, and I didn't keep my energy. Thankfully, I resisted. Can't do it while in combat? Damn. Okay, he's hitting a little too hard. I mean, I could kite him out, but I got a little nervous. A little nervous. Let's hold off on this quest for now, all along the watchtowers. It seems like you're gonna have to kill those elites. If you get into combat, it messes up the torch. This just seems like a sketchy place to be trying to kite around elites. Things can respawn, there's a lot of casters. Aggro range is kind of finicky, they're green, so they still have like an aggro range on me. These melees, these executioners have an execute on them, so if I get below 25% health, it's just lights out, you're dead. It's kind of a sketchy quest. I might pass up on this quest. It is an elite quest, I'm realizing now. What the hell? Okay. Pass up on that one. What the hell? Why does it not say that's an elite when we accept it? Let's head to the silos and try and take out these temporal parasites. Yeah, man. The executioners have an execute on them. Makes sense, it's in their name, but that makes me not want to be in this area, like at all. I'm gonna pull that ghoul. That's alright, we'll go around. Little grave. There's the blue we read about. Let's get a new food buff going. I'll put some new poisons on. Displacing temporal rift. Oh, I've seen this quest. They just keep spawning, don't they? This is kind of a sketchy quest. I think I actually should run. Okay, I mean, they just have a slow. I've heard so many horror stories of this place in hardcore that I'm just so anxious now with everything. Okay. It's not the end of the world. They do have a slow, though, so be careful. Blast wave? A searing ghoul? Thankfully, I resisted that.
Health warning.
Holy shit.
Health warning.
Flame shock ripping me apart. Oh, anxious. It's the thing that's happening. They can just keep spawning another one. Phew. So that's what makes this quest sketchy, I remember now. Is that when you kill one, another one can spawn, and it can keep happening over and over and over, and you can kind of get overwhelmed by multiple parasites. Dude, the quests out here just are sketchy, bro. There's a lot of quests I'm realizing we're gonna, like, you know, try and do and then be, oh, nope. Too sketchy. $378 on a Shadow Bolt. I'm gonna make sure to kind of clear a path out of here. Not gonna be able to kick that. Oh, got it. Dried King Bolette. How scrumptious. Need 10 more parasites. Can't eat them. They don't even give very good experience, honestly. They give none. Is that right? Am I not getting experience for these guys? Yeah, I don't think I'm getting experience for them. That sucks. Well, we're halfway done with the quest. That slow is just nasty. And there's another one. They blocked it? Alright. Oh god, it's happening. Let's get some energy. Wait out, that's slow. Don't you dare summon another one, bro. We're okay. Stand our ground. Let's wait out the slow a little bit.
Health warning.
Don't summon another one. Whew, that was 5 back to back. Holy. Well, now we only need 3. take out this Searing Ghoul. We missed. Oh no. I can poison this guy though, so maybe I can bleed him. Okay, so ghouls you can bleed, but the undead knights, they don't have flesh to bleed, so there's no blood in their body, they're just bones. Makes sense, right? I can cannibalize these guys as well, right? Because there's actual meat on the bone, on the flesh. Or flesh on the bone, excuse me, flesh on the... Flesh to consume. Alright, we need to kill these two, and then hopefully one more summons with them. Just eviscerate here. And of course, when we need it to summon, it doesn't summon, but... Literally one more parasite. We'll clear out these ghouls, though. Damn it. He has like a searing AoE around him. I got a little too close trying to garrote him. We don't have too much longer tonight, but I do want to finish this parasite quest. Whoa. Okay.
Health warning.
Don't like that. Jesus. Frailty? I don't know what that is, but I'm going to try and avoid that. We're going to use it on... I think... No, this one doesn't have a blue aura, does it? Yeah. Meaning I have to kill this soulless ghoul. I really don't want him to hit me with whatever this frailty is. Nightcrawlers and laminated scale shoulder pads. I'm just gonna go ahead and top the health off here. Get back to full health, because these temporal worms can just spawn back to back to back to back. We've seen it. I'm gonna pop cooldowns here, because it'll probably be the last thing that we do tonight. 4 is a bit too much. I don't know why I went with 4, but... Alright, let's go talk to Chromie again. She's in the inn. Then we also need to talk to Shadow Priestess Vandus. Might actually play for like an hour and a half tonight. It's still only 8:30. It's still pretty early. We haven't had an hour and a half in a while. We are also on the Eastern Kingdoms, so I do need to go turn these junk boxes into Farad. They're taking up inventory space, and I think I get more Dusk Steel throwing knives. These are the best throwing knives that you can get in the game, and they look sick. Black handle. We love it. Chromie, where you at? In here. Alright, let's sneak in. Temporal parasites are common malady present whenever the flow of time has been tampered with. I sense that many are present, and this is disturbing. Rooting out whatever ones you can find will help me be able to take a better hold on the deteriorating temporal situation here. I'll be able to sense when this has been achieved.
Time feels easier to mend now. Thank you, adventurer. While you might not understand fully the consequences of a fractured timeline, I appreciate that you understand the urgency of countering what I suspect more and more to be a scourge-driven malfeasance. I see no harm in rewarding you for your assistance, mortal.
Easy, Chromie.
Feats are to come, and the awarding of a bauble will certainly not alter your future destiny.
Cool.
Continued aid, however, is something that I and the Dragonflight could use.
Counting out time.
I need you to reach into the
Sorry,
world.
was that... Hello once again, Bale. I sense that the flow of time remains threatened by forces that are quite powerful indeed. Your continued assistance is always welcomed by the Bronze Dragonflight. While the past is set in its ways, the future is always changing. The decisions you make in the here and now help guide that change. Counting out time.
I need you to reach into the world beyond this room, adventurer. Allow me to explain. You see the difference in this room compared to the rest of Andor Hall. My Dragonflight works in many different ways and in many different timelines. To mend Andor Hall's damage, I now act from a different timeline as not to overly contaminate it. To continue this, though I need time trinkets, ones trapped from when the plague hit, find them in lockboxes found in the ruined buildings that make up this once proud city.
Locate 5 Andor Hall watches found in lockboxes amongst the rubble of the city. Return with them to Chromie in the Andor Hall in Western Plaguelands. The attuned dampener, inflict 525 to 675 arcane damage on the attuned target and lower the damage it deals by 25%. This object has been attuned to work against a specific being, so this will help reduce the damage one target does in these areas. That'd be really nice for like some harder elite targets. We'll poke around. We'll look for some of these watches real quick. Like I said, we'll play for a little longer. We'll play for an hour and a half tonight, probably. We've been strictly an hour for the past 5-10 sessions. We played well. We'll let it be a little bit of a longer one this time because I want to make some good progress. We're close to the end here, and I want to really start working towards getting Western Plaguelands complete, Eastern Plaguelands complete, and Silithus. Those are the last 3 zones we have in the game. Just kind of sneaking around looking for watches. Is that a little doghouse? Okay, that's what they look like. Shit. That was a really good start. Double sword spec procs back to back. Dude, that searing aura that they have. His aura is crazy. I knew it. I was like, there's got to be one in here, right? Yep, there it is, right there in the corner. Hiding from us. He's immune. We talked about this. He's got bones. Of course he is. I'm not going to be able to kick either of those. I'm bad. I mean, at this point, just kick the mending and eviscerate him. It's crazy I didn't get the aggro on that Searing Ghoul from here. Okay, that's 3. Surely there's 4 in here. Maybe 5 in here. Damn. One on the Executor. This guy's got bones, so again, we can't bleed him. We can disarm him, though. That's a huge disarm against the Executors. Or Executioners, excuse me. No sense in rupturing. Can't bleed him. Just eviscerate. They do hit very hard, though, so... If I go under 50% health fighting an Executioner, I'm using a health potion. One more watch, and that would be it right there. Let's go for the Searing Ghoul first. They do a lot of damage, so I'm going to just try and zerg them down really quickly. Smooth leather helmet, we got another one of these. Damn, I had a flame shock on me, it interrupted my cannibalism. It is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. I'm gonna have to take you out, I think. Big crit, 238. It's a really nice disarm, though. I think we'll need the bone fragments for a quest later, so I'm going to save them. Alright, it's our 5th watch. Let's head back to Chromie. I love being a rogue, man. And one thing that's nice is the next class that we plan on playing in hardcore is going to be a druid, so I'm also going to be like part rogue with that class as well, where we'll have feral form, or kitty form as people call it, and we'll be able to slip into stealth that way, and then, you know, jump out, go into human form, cast spells, root things down, jump into bear form, demoralizing shout, be super tanky, have a bunch of health, swipe and cleave stuff down, jump back into human form, throw a bunch of hots on ourselves, heal ourselves up. It's like, it's gonna be so sick. Alright, Chromie, we're back. Counting out time. The time trinkets I seek are simple devices. They're watches, mainly, and their hands are trapped forever when the plague first ravaged Andorhal. Time is never ending, and the watches you bring me will invariably find themselves counted out back to their homes. That is, so long as the disturbances continue here.
These are exactly what I need, adventurer. Thank you. Allow me to suitably reward you with this. You may not understand what you would need with such a device. You might not even know quite what it really is. Alas, I cannot tell you when you will find it most useful. Just know that at some point in the future you may find this item to have extreme utility and function when consumed. Whether or not you choose to hold on to it until then, this, my friend, is up to you.
So I'm actually pretty sure this is used for a raid encounter as well. The Attuned Dampener. I think you need this for some fight. This object has been attuned to work against a specific being. You can also now buy Chrono Boon Displacers and Small Pocket Watches. These are used to suspend your world buffs. So you can get a world buff, use this, suspend it, and that way you can kind of store it for whenever you're going to go raid, which is really nice. Counting out time. This is just a repeatable for the doom, for the dampener. Let's sneak out of here. We'll hide this quest now because it's, again, just a repeatable. In later versions of the game, there's a flight path here down at this little village, but since there isn't in this version, we're going to head back over here to the Bulwark, turn this quest into Vandus, head into the Undercity, turn this quest in, see if it has chains, which it looks like it does, that are probably going to take us back out here. But then I also might just fly to Hillsbrad for the last little bit of tonight, Terran Mill, go turn these junk boxes in. Seems like a pretty solid idea. We have a quest down here in Burning Steps too. Might just go ahead and do that, pause while we fly, since we've already unlocked this flight path. We've talked to Tinky Steamboil before. Tinky. That'll kind of be how we wrap up the last little bit of our time tonight. What are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bars away from the end of our journey on this character. Now, of course, we're going to go past 60 a little bit because, like I said, I want to finish all the quests in Eastern Plaguelands, Western Plaguelands, and Silithus, and then we've technically done every zone in the game, and basically every quest in those zones. So yeah, we're kind of doing an organic lore master run as well, which is really exciting. I'm glad it turned into something like that. I had no plans on it at the start, but the way that it kind of just worked out. We started in Tearsfall Glades. We did everything here. We got to really learn the story behind the undead and stuff, and then we did Silver Pine and did everything here. And I was like, you know what? I want 100% every zone that we go to. And then I was like, well, you know what? Let's go and do Duratar while we can still get some experience for it. So we went and did this, and then all of a sudden I was like, all right, well, just 100% every zone that we go to. And it wasn't until, I'd say, I think after Ashenvale, I really realized, okay, we're going to 100% every zone on the way to 60. And that doesn't include like some elite quests that are like too difficult to solo. But for the most part, we soloed every elite quest, right? Like there's a handful. We still haven't done Khan Hrothra. We still haven't done Princess in the Highlands, right? There's a few quests that are like, they're too much in my opinion, but for the most part we've done everything, so it's really, really, really exciting. Returning to the Bulwark. Welcome back to the relative safety of the Bulwark, Bale. What progress on the cauldrons do you have to report?
Well done, adventurer. It should take Apothecary Dithers no time at all
Dithers.
to analyze this and devise a counter agent to introduce into the cauldron. If we are able to pump out enough of it into the air, we might be able to weaken all the scourge present here. This will no doubt be an ongoing ordeal. We will need to continually hit these cauldrons and introduce our reagents into their mix. Still, if we can keep it up, we will have a huge advantage over Scourge when the time comes for battle.
So we're battling against the Scourge, we're battling against the Silithid bug army.
One of the plague cauldrons is located in the field of a former farmhouse, now referred to as Dawson's Tears. No tears will be shed this day, adventurer. We must strike at this cauldron and gain access to it. Go to Dawson's Tears, almost due north of Anderhall, and eliminate the cauldron lord there. It should have a key like the last one did, allowing you inside the cauldron's innards. Use this bottle to obtain a sample from inside the cauldron. Each cauldron has its own distinct brew of toxins it uses.
Interesting. Okay. So we're heading to Dawson's Tears. But not tonight. So many items, man. Alright, we're heading back into the Undercity now. I'm gonna hide these quests. I'll keep one up. But for the most part, I'm just gonna hide the daily quests. They're just like, you just bring them to certain NPCs if you get those items off of mobs while you're killing them with the Argent Dawn Commission trinket. The badge, right? Leave the copper for a younger, lower level player that might need it more than us. 173 gold, by the way. Pretty crazy. We're almost at 200 gold. Well, like I said, we'll head into the Undercity. We'll do some flying around. I'll pause as we fly, and then we'll wrap it up in the Undercity for tonight. I'll make sure we set our hearth here. That way we're not back at Everlook way over here in Winter Spring. And I'll probably take care of like replenishing the bags on my own. I need to get some new poisons, top up on some potions, maybe make some new stamina food, or at least replace the stamina food that we've used. A couple new throne, flash powder, new bullets, new bombs, probably. Getting low on the mithril frags. I could probably make some more. So yeah, just kind of restock the bags one final time on that last push to 60. We've got 40% left. Roughly, let's call that 130, need 210, so 80. About 85,000 experience. It's actually more like 70, 75? Perfect timing. Drop the heavy leather off. Yeah. Balhus.
I am an officer of the city, working in the capacity of the Undercity's census. Since our liberation from the Scourge, we have tried to keep an accurate track of our city's populace.
Makes sense. It's pretty
Through
smart.
arcane methods and sharpened mental discipline, I am able to access these records. If you have business with me accordingly, please proceed. You should know if you do, at any rate.
Better late than never. Are you here to seek the assistance of the Undercity census, or just to ask me if someone you knew is dead? I get asked that a lot. I have this parcel from Janice.
A package for a Jeremiah Fellstone, with his last known address as Lord Aeron. I should be able to assist you. Jeremiah Fellstone was in the city before the plague. Well, I should say the former Jeremiah Fellstone. Some of the Forsaken have changed their last names to rid themselves of their former countenance. This case is no exception. The former Jeremiah Fellstone is now known as Jeremiah Payson. Wait a minute. Isn't he the cockroach vendor?
No way. He sells cockroaches now?
From the evidence I am able to muster, the person you seek, and the intended recipient of the parcel, is Jeremiah Payson, the Undercity cockroach vendor. I've always been of the opinion that it takes a special gift to sell. Cockroaches.
It does.
No doubt you're on quite the epic sojourn now, mighty adventurer. I will leave
He's
you
mocking
to your
us.
world-shaping endeavors. Allow me, however, to be a part of your magnum opus and reveal that he is located near the bank, suitably groveling under one of the walkways.
Oh no. Alright. I know exactly where he is. We passed by him many a time. Oh, he's actually right here. Payson?
Want to buy a cockroach?
Every time someone steps on a cockroach, I cry. Please don't make me cry.
I haven't used that name in years. But yes, at one point in my life, before this glorious unlife, that was my last name. You claim to have known my sister. Or rather, have recently spoken to my sister, who's been dead for 4 years. You know, if my bones weren't already brittle enough, I'd be tempted to break my foot off on your posterior. You're quite the vulture, aren't you? What? You have a package for me from my sister?
Break his foot off in my ass is what he said.
It would seem that I was wrong about you, adventurer, and for that I owe you an apology. My sister sent me a number of personal effects, including, humorously enough, the deed to the Fellstone farm. I think I'll pass on reclaiming it right now. If my sister's spirit remains tethered to the farm and cannot rest, please, could you return this to her? It is half of a good luck charm she had, with her husband having the other half. Maybe her knowing I have these things will now put her soul to rest.
That's sweet. He got the deed to the farm, though. He's not a cockroach vendor anymore, baby. We don't want a cockroach, though. And then, yeah, we need to catch a flight path. Let's set our hearth here, though, so when we're done, we can hearth back here. Norman.
Rest your weary bones for a spell.
Alright, first stop, Terran Mill, Hillsbrad. We'll turn in these lock boxes.
How may I be of service?
We'll pause as we fly, and I'll resume when we get to... We'll actually resume when we get at Ravenhold. So I'll see you guys when we are at the Assassin's headquarters. Alright, gamers, we just arrived at Ravenhold Manor. Let's go see if Farad wants some more of these lock boxes. We brought him 5. Hopefully he gives us another set of Dusk Steel throwing knives. And then we'll get out of here. Actually, we'll go ahead and learn some training. I'll spend some of our gold. Nah, we'll wait until we're 60.
Greetings. Come to learn from the master, eh?
I brought you 5 more.
May these knives find a place in someone's heart. Literally.
Love it. Perfect. Another set of 10. Sorry, another set of 200. I don't know what I'm talking about. 10. We'll put those in the bank, I think. We will learn Ambush rank 6 for now. Sprint rank 3. We'll pass on Backstab, Gouge, Kick, Feign, Wound Poison, Blind Powder, Deadly Mind Wound. Yep, all these are getting skipped. And we'll learn all these when we hit 60 finally. But everything else, we don't need it for right now, so. Alright, I'm going to head back to Terran Mill and then fly down to Burning Steps and talk to Tinky. I'm going to pause here and resume when we land, and we can talk to Tinky together. We'll hearth and then wrap it up for the night. So I'll see you guys in just a second for one final unpause. I'll be right back, guys. Alright, gamers, pulling up to Flamecrest now. Tinky, good to see you again, friend.
The Burning Steps is a dangerous place, but scholars like me will do almost anything to advance our knowledge.
That's true, you're brave. Bale, did you talk to Felnock? Did you bring the components I need?
You brought them! Great! I'll get to work right away! Thanks a ton, adventurer. You've been so helpful to me. I might need you for even more important tasks later.
We're gonna take the Grave Scepter, just sells for a little more, but
Keep it real.
perfect. Egg freezing, we're not gonna take that just yet. Although, let's see what she has to say. Egg free. Hi, Bale. I have to work on my devices, but eventually I'm gonna need someone to get me dragon eggs. Egg freezing.
Adventurer, I've been working hard on a new device. The Egg-Oscilloscope. It's designed to project a burst of cold energy at the egg of a black dragon and freeze it solid. Can you test it for me? I heard that high up in Blackrock Spire, the dragons have a rookery where they hatch their eggs. That's where you'll have to go to test the Egg-Oscilloscope, and then let me know how it worked. And don't worry, frozen dragon eggs should be harmless. It's the unfrozen ones you have to worry about.
Blackrock Mountain has to be probably the coolest thing in any MMO I've ever seen, taken part of, or participated in, or like played through. I think it's just so cool, man. This massive spire built in like the heart of a volcano. The dwarves crafted it. It's like technically under a mountain. Dragons nest and have their eggs at the top of the spires in this like place. Like it's just so sick, man. And then eventually, like, you know, it's connected to the outsides, and you see way up on top of the mountain. If you go through the actual raid, you get out on like bits and pieces of the sides of the mountain and stuff. It's so cool. Anyways, let's hearth. Gonna hide this quest, egg freezing. It's a dungeon quest, technically. Dark iron, we'll leave it in there. And third from the end. It's gonna do it for tonight, guys. Leaving off with what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars left. 65% into 59. 35% towards the end of our journey and goal. But yeah, we're going to call it here for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow night in the next one. Thanks for hanging out. Peace and love, and God bless gamers.